I know what you're thinking. 2 V-necks, 2 reviews in a row? What is this world coming to?
Next month is the 10-year anniversary of Al Snow live at the Greek Theater. We could put on an anniversary concert. He's rock music personified. I'm a motorist.
I want you to go to London and pick him up, then bring him back here for the show at the Greek. Can you handle it?
Definitely.
It's love.
I just want you to know that I respect you.
Okay, now that's making me feel uncomfortable.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Daily Review, episode number 330. Do me a favor, if you haven't already checked out the Nit Picket Podcast. That's NITPICKET.com. It's a podcast I do with my friend Leland Brungart. We review films, television, and a bunch of stuff that we like. This past episode, number 68, we talked about Sex and the City 2. Well, he did, I did not. We also reviewed the Derek comedy film Mystery Team, as well as discuss our thoughts and reactions to the Lost series finale. Coming up in a couple days, we're going to have episode 69 where we will review Spliced Together, talk about our top 5 films of 2010 so far, and review the film I'm going to be reviewing for you guys right now, which is Get Him to the Greek. Get Him to the Greek is directed by Nicholas Stoller, who is the guy who directed Forgetting Sarah Marshall, which, on a quick side note, is probably my favorite Apatow-produced comedy. Just a quick side note for you. Get Him to the Greek stars Jonah Hill, Russell Brand, and Sean P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Dirty Money, whatever his name is, Combs. And Get Him to the Greek is a very simple story about this kid named Aaron Green who works at a record company called Pinnacle. He gets asked by his manager, P. Diddy, kind of what to do with the company. What would be a fresh idea to get the music business reinvigorated, and he suggests that Al Snow, the famous British rocker, hasn't had a live show, the famous live show at the Greek, for 10 years. It'll be the 10th anniversary, so he suggests we'll have this show, we'll put on the concert, it'll make tons of money, we'll have a bunch of ads thrown into it, and people will buy in, and it'll just generate a lot of revenue. So they like that idea. They decide to send Aaron Green to London to pick up Al Snow, and he has 72 hours to get him to the Greek Theater. And what ensues is an Apatow-inspired type of a raunchy comedy. I think Get Him to the Greek is a fairly funny film, but I think there's a lot of things that prevent it from being absolutely hysterical. But the positives right off the bat is that Jonah Hill and Russell Brand are very funny in this film, and I think most of the time that I've ever seen Russell Brand in anything else besides Forgetting Sarah Marshall and this, I do not like him. I think he's kind of annoying and very egocentric, but it works in this movie, and I think his energy and his performance is very, very funny. And I think all the situations that go on as far as the raunchiness is also quite hysterical. And I mean, this movie goes off the deep end at times as far as the situations they're thrown in. There's a joke involving this thing called Jeffrey that's a drug that they smoke, which is basically like every heavy narcotic you've ever heard of put into a joint and smoked. And what ensues is crazy, funny craziness. And it's all very fun and games. The stuff that I don't like, though, about Get Him to the Greek is I feel that a lot of the times these Apatow-produced films, and a lot of comedies just in general that come out now, feel like they need to have some sort of a heart by the end of it. And I think Get Him to the Greek, at its core, is just a raunchy film about two guys going through crazy adventures and getting him from London to LA. But by the end of this film, there's a lot of stuff that takes place involving Al Snow and his father and kind of issues that lie in there. Al Snow and his ex-girlfriend Jackie Q. There's also some depression stuff with Al Snow not knowing if he wants to live, and his life is so miserable. There's some stuff with Jonah Hill and his girlfriend and problems that they have. It's too much, and the film doesn't need that. I think had you eliminated most of those storylines, you would have had a much tighter, more concise film, and it would have been a lot more funny because of that. And I think because of all these stories, while the performances that ensue from the dramatic moments are very good, and one especially from Russell Brand that takes place in a pool, very convincing, but I found that the writing, it just kind of bogged down everything and made it kind of drag by the end of it. But I do think that if you're going to go out to the theater, I think Get Him to the Greek is a fairly decent, funny film, and I don't think that it's amazing. I don't think it's on par with, you know, Knocked Up, Superbad, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, any of those types of films, but I think it's decent. And I was debating between giving it a strong 3 out of 5 or a weaker 3.5 out of 5, but I want to say a more positive thing about the film, so I'm going to give Him to the Greek a strong 3 out of 5. I think Jonah Hill and Russell Brand are pretty hysterical in the film. It's just that final third of it drags, and it's very unnecessary. Anyway, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow with another one for you.